We're back, and let's look at the brand new stuff that Adobe announced at the Adobe MAX conference. Every year they have one big release of stuff, and that's what we're going to look at right now. All right, the big thing is assisted culling. This is a pain point for most every photographer. You went out and you shot, could be a vacation, a wedding, a portrait shoot, whatever. Now you have 1,000 images, 500 images, 2,000 images, 4,000 images. How do you get through them? Well, what the idea here is they're going to help you basically ignore the photos that are bad and just import the ones that are good. Or just now, this will work in two ways. Number one, as you import a shoot, or if you have images that are already on your computer, it'll do those as well. It doesn't really matter how whether they're just coming in or whether they're there. You can use AI assisted culling. Now they just call it assisted culling, but it is AI powered because the AI has to look for things, and that's what we're going to see. Where do you find this? It's in the library module right over here. It's at the very, very top. Now it says early access. That just means they haven't officially rolled it out, and it will get better. However good it is now, it will get better because they're still working on it. It's not fully baked, right? Now I'm going to close this side thing so we can see this better. Actually, I'll leave it open, doesn't matter. All right, here's assisted culling. So you go and you turn it on and absolutely nothing happens, right? So the way this is designed is this. You click on the panel and nothing happens because you haven't told it what criteria is important to you. So we'll start with, and this is a big one, is my subject in focus? Now, it's looking at the subject, right? So it's using like select subject kind of. It's not going to select it, but it goes, okay, I know what the subject is. Is that subject in focus? When I turn the checkbox on, it is super fast, immediately makes the first round of determination. So let's take a look. I'm going to turn on subject focus, click it, and watch. Woo, look at that, it's already done. Look, there were 23 photos that were rejected from my and Erik's workshop in Las Vegas based on just that one single criteria. Just, is it in focus? But here's a really cool thing. You get to decide how strict the AI is. And what it means is, how strict are you? Like, how strict are you? Does it have to be really sharp?
Super duper sharp?
Or you're like, if it's a little fuzzy, I'm okay. If it's a little sauced, I can deal with it. But so here's how that works. When you click this, there is a setting. Now it starts at 50 right in the middle. So it's gonna get you, they're sharp. They're not deadly sharp and they're not too soft. If you drag to the right, you're saying only flag images that are really sharp and everything else gets flagged as a reject. So it either flags is with using two words. Rejects, you know what that is, and selects. Selects these are okay. All right, let's go down here. I want you to see this number right here. I have 243 selects, so it says those are okay. They're in focus. There's 23 photos that are out of focus. So watch what happens to this number when and it happens live. Watch what happens to this number when I increase this. I'll go up to here.
35.
Whoops, now I have 35. Uh-oh. 72. So 72 images were kind of sharp. They're not, like if you really want them sharp, and if we go to 100, goodness gracious, 118. Okay, this is what this is telling me. Take 2 weeks off and then sell all my gear. That's what I'm getting. Take 2 weeks off away from photography.
I will say this. I've started to test about this today. I think once you get above 80, that 80 to 100 is getting so picky that I don't even notice.
Right. So right now I've got 219 selects and 47 rejects, and I have my sharpness set to be like, I want to be picky about sharpness. The next one is eye focus. With portraits, the most important thing is that your eyes are in focus. I only have 507 images in here, so it's just a subset of the images.
It's a subset.
Because we shot thousands. But let's go to eye focus. And what did that add? It didn't add anything, so I didn't really maybe have any portraits in here at all. But I want to show you that it has the same slider for eye focus. And look at this. This is really good. Reject photos without people's eyes. So if someone's looking down,
Yeah, just take it out.
it just takes it out, right? Someone's looking away, you don't see their eyes. They put your hand up over their eyes, they're scratching their head, they don't see the eyes, it's out. But that's your choice. You don't have to choose that. And the last one is eyes open. Let's go ahead and choose eyes open. Ooh, it picked up one. It picked up one extra. Now, you have, again, reject photos without people's eyes, and that's not going to change anything. Wait a minute.
Yeah, because it rejected every photo without people's eyes.
Don't do that one. That is the opposite of what I was saying. All right. And then reject all. I really can't tell. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, they can't tell.
I don't know. I can't really tell. Now, let's keep going down further in this box. Misfires. I think this is terrific. Misfires.
That's the one that I love.
Yeah, because
I got those that just like, I didn't mean to take that shot.
Yeah. So, misfires, forget that. So I got a shot of my foot. I shot something that's, clearly not like a good photo. Documents and receipts, I would think, is for people who their main camera is an iPhone. And people do take a lot of pictures of, your passport and, for work, you're taking pictures for receipts and stuff. So you can reject those automatically. And the last one is exposure issues. But I will say this, they have to be very overexposed or underexposed. They're not just a little dark, like not a stop dark or a stop and a half dark. We're talking 3 stops overexposed, 4 stops overexposed, something like that. Now, once you've done this, you can say, just show me my rejects. Just show me the 48 shots that stink. There they are. All right, and then you can literally, you can see some of those panning ones that are cut off car, nice. So why are these rotating? I don't know. Stop rotating. All right, so outside of that, you can select them all and hit delete if you don't want them in your collection or you don't want them on your computer. And now, this same thing also works in import. We'll talk about that in just a minute. However, let's look at another one. I've got another one I want you to look at here, up in the L's. Let's look at a portrait shoot. All right, here we go. So here's a portrait shoot. Let's go and try the stuff. Now, let's turn these all off and then see what we get. All right, so subject focus. Only 4 rejects. You know why? Because I was using flash. If you use flash, it's hard taking out of focus, right? Yeah. So there's only 4, and my sharpness is up pretty high.
Yeah, that's pretty.
All right,
that's good.
Are the eyes sharp? Ooh, it still stayed at, but let's raise it up. No, they got to be really sharp. 17. And then eyes open. I bet all our eyes are open, but let's see. We're at 17, 19. There were 2 photos where her eyes were closed and they just said, nope, not today. So that's really pretty good. Here are the photos that were rejected. I will tell you this. I recommend that you look at the rejected photos. I recommend that you absolutely look at it and make sure that that you agree with the AI that, just show me the rejects and, we'll take a look at them. I want to tell you something that might catch you. What happens if you go here and you're clicking these things and it doesn't work? Like you're doing it and you're not seeing anything happen. It's very possible that your culling is not turned on. Where would Adobe put the button to pause assisted culling?
Just hide it somewhere really deep where we can't find it.
Under your nameplate. I would love to have been in the meeting where they decided.
Yeah, that's a good place
there it
for
is, assisted culling, play or pause. Yeah, now it's analyzing all of the photos so it can do this quicker. So in the background, it's analyzing them. But anyway.
Yep.
All right, Robin has a question. I wonder if the eyes will work with animals too. Robin, it does not. It only works with human eyes. It does not work
that would
with
be
animals.
my initial. This is definitely tuned to portrait photography. Like right now. As it sits right now, it's a little bit more.
Well, the eyes thing, it's
well, I'm
leaning
saying
towards wedding,
the
portrait.
features, right? And then, but I think what's going to happen is, you remember where we had like select people, select subject, and then we got select landscape? I think culling will just probably expand to where you'll have
see an early access.
Yeah, exactly. It'll
totally
just
agree.
expand, and that's where right now it's kind of, again, a lot of the features are towards big portrait shoots or family shoots.
But at least it works.
It works very well.
And look how it worked in Vegas.
Yeah.
It found a lot of photos that were the subject.
Yeah.
Now the subject could have been a car, it could have been a sign, it could have been a person, it could have been a whatever, but it still worked, and that's the cool thing.
I think that's what's cool about it, is it's just, this is the first iteration, and it's working really fast and good.
Yeah, I'm going to turn these all off, and we're going to hit misfires. Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
Misfires. Nothing.
Yeah, you're using Flash. You're good.
Nothing.
That's why I use Flash.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Mr. Kuna. Let's go look at the rejects. Oh,
we don't have any.
I got to turn something on for it to have rejects. I got a question. What if you go, I looking at the rejects.
You're like, I like that reject.
And her eyes, now her eyes are technically in a very bad place.
Yeah.
You would not want, I mean, this photo is in a bad spot. What do you do if it accidentally chooses it wrong? All you have to do is right click on the little red X. See this little red X here?
Yep. The reject
right click
X.
right there. Let me back off a little, hold on. You right click and say no, mark it as a select. You guys can see that?
Yep.
Mark it as a select, and that way it will jump off from here and be loaded to the select. So it will no longer have a red X, it will have a green check mark, and everything will be good. But I have to agree with the culling. That was a bad photo. You can't clearly see both eyes. I don't know if the eyes are in focus or not, but that's, that's a classic mistake where you have the subject looking too far to the side, and then you wind up with that. So that was marking as a select. Let me make sure we got everything else. We talked about that. Oh, you ready for this? This is a good one. Why was this rejected?
Oh, well, you got to hover over there and you'll see what,
you hover
like on
over
that thing. Yeah.
Well, there's two ways to do it.
And it gives you the score.
The eyes are open. The subject was in focus, but their eyes were only a 60 out of 100.
Yeah.
So the eyes are not very sharp. And because the eyes aren't the sharpness, I set the sharpness at 80.
So yeah.
If I'd have set it at 60, it'd have been like, this one's okay.
I think it's cool that they show that, because that way you can see like where your thresholds are.
Oh yeah.
No,
I think that's terrific. Bob's asking, how would exposure issues work with two-stop brackets? Bob, I don't believe it would mess with the two-stop brackets at all, because it's looking for way underexposed or way under, like I said, 3 or 4 stops underexposed, like an unusable photo. The flash didn't fire and it's a black room, it's just that kind of thing. It's looking for big mistakes. I've been surprised at how lenient it is, and that's because it really, really does make a difference. Another way to see there's a panel, look over here. There's a panel down here, another new panel. This one's called culling scores.
Yeah.
So if you say, how did this photo do? You can look in culling scores, and it will give you, subject focus, 95.
Yeah.
She's in focus.
Yeah.
Eye focus, 57. See, it's fallen below my threshold. And then there is, the photos are likely open, right? But look at that. That's what wound it up in the bad place. That's because of a low score. Very sad.
Nice.
Very sad to know. All right, let's go. I want to show you something that's you find very helpful. All right, let's look on screen, and I've hit the selects. All right, so these are the ones you see. They all have a green checkbox. Now, if I wanted to mark these as picks, check this out. There's the thing called organize results, and what it is a bunch of batch actions for things that you would probably want to do now.
Yeah.
Look at this. I can apply a flag. Now, when you click on the checkbox, watch what happens. It brings up the flags. Do you want to mark it as a reject or a pick?
Yeah.
How about I want to apply a star rating to these?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You move your cursor over them. I might want to apply a color label. So this is great.
This
and
is great.
You can add it to a collection from right here. So
because that kind of builds off your slim system. I mean, if you did this and you're calling your image,
oh
you
yeah,
just
this is
do
very
your tags and move into collections right there.
This is very, very easy. And same thing with rejected. You can do the same thing in here. right? And you could either remove these from the collection. Remember I said you could select them all and delete, or you can just hit remove from collection, or you can add them to a collection, right? So this is a very nice, simple new feature. It's a button right there at the very bottom of the assisted culling. Let me just show you where that's at again real quick. Whoops,
Cool
let me hit cancel. It's right down here at the bottom.
Got a question about this. Does the culling doesn't delete the images, right?
No, it just marks them.
It's just marking them.
It's just bringing them to your attention.
Like, that's what's so cool about it, is it's marking them of, yes, this one met your criteria, no, this one didn't.
Yep, it is simply that.
It doesn't delete anything, doesn't do anything bad.
Hey, Amy's asking a question that we're going to
Amy Gray's
address
asking,
in a minute. But
is harmonized in Photoshop now too, or is it still in the beta? It's in Photoshop.
It is in Photoshop, regular Photoshop, and it's better.
Yes.
All right. So I think that's everything in culling. But there's one more thing that's they put it in culling, but I don't know. I mean, I guess technically it is culling.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was they took a feature that I've been teaching for years in my organization, and it was called auto stack by capture time. And I will give you the theory behind it. All right. So hear me out. We're doing a portrait shoot. Click, 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 click. The lighting's the same. Click, 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 click. Okay, let's change and let's have you sit down. All right, let's get a chair. Can we get a chair in here, Dobson?
Right.
Move a chair in, and we get it set up, and then click, 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 click. And then let's change outfits. And your subject goes and changes outfit. He comes back, and he sits back on the chair. Click, 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 click. It looks for the gaps in the time. And what that's doing is, well, these probably photos are good because he only had 15 seconds between shots.
Right.
But then he had 3 minutes between these. And then he did all these shots that were 15 seconds. And then he had 2 minutes between these.
Right.
Then he did all these. And then he had a 10-minute break when they went and changed clothes, right? So it did it by capture time. You know what that was? It was very inaccurate. It was better than nothing, and it did it okay, but it would take those images and stack them under one thumbnail.
Yeah.
So you have
basically saying that's this one shoot.
Yeah,
So
you have
this is one
300
shoot.
photos, and then you add auto stack by capture time, and you have this thumbnail, 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 and then 4 or 5 photos you didn't know where to put. Like it was just kind of like, right. And the problem was that it just, sometimes your shooting was erratic, or you take more time between shots or whatever, and you wind up having to do a lot of cleanup afterwards. That's why this next feature is so good. And it can only be done by AI because now it does visual similarity. It looks at the photo and says, this looks like those photos. They all go in one stack. And what this does is it allows you to very, very quickly sort a shoot and just tidy it up. So instead of having 500 thumbnails, you have 5, 6, 12, 9, and it tells you how many photos that are the same that are under that thumbnail. Let's do it. So right here, it's called auto stack. And when it brings it up,
answer Bob's question. Bob's wondering what this auto stack thing is.
All right, auto stack by capture time is the old way.
Yes.
I don't think I will use that one ever again. But if Adobe takes something out, people jump off a cliff. So we're not. We're not going.
That never happens.
No, people go nuts. All right. It's right down here at the bottom of the panel. It's called auto stack. And when it comes up, the old-fashioned way is up on top, stack by capture time. I wouldn't click it. Stack by visual similarity, I like a lot, but I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
hold on.
that's what we want. We want to have.
I'm going to go back to everything. Together. I'm going to turn all this over. I'm going to turn all this off. We're going to go back to just everything. So show me all the photos, rejects and not. All right. Yep. Auto stack, again, stack by visual similarity. Click on it.
Let's do it.
Boom! Look at that. So what it's telling you, if you look real closely here, is there are 50 images that are similar under this thumbnail. There are 6 images under this thumbnail. There are 27 under this one. And that one there's only one. There's just one of her holding a gray card. But if you want to see any of these, the way stacking works, you just click on the number, double click, and it expands, and then click back. And it contracts, right? You double click, and it contracts, And there you go. That's pretty good. That's better. That's so much better than stack. Now, I would teach stack by capture time because it was the only thing we had.
Yeah.
And so if you want a quick way to kind of tidy up your shots, you know. So imagine if you're doing a wedding, right, or something like that, where, you know, oh, there's the cutting the cake, 26 pictures. Up there's the
yeah, that's cool.
Bouquet throw. Up there's, you know, okay.
It's just cool how quick it works too.
I know, it's very, very fast. And now what
and then
it shows
then you can actually adjust like the parameters, just like you did with that little slider.
Yeah, you could say, wait a minute, I need this to be really tight. If they're not exactly right,
yeah.
And you see what it did? It said, well, I'm not sure where these three go. It got it down to 9, 2. These two, I wasn't sure where to put this one. I wasn't sure where to put that one. These three.
And that's what I love is you can kind of drag that out, and it'll get. I notice you go over to the right a little bit more. It kind of gets you to where you want to be. When I'm over to the left, it's like too critical. That's maybe too far.
This one is. This one's less similar.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to go to the right.
Right. That's less similar.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's an awesome feature. All right, let's get out of that.
That's so cool.
This next one, some of these were in the beta and some of them were already a little older, but we're going to go through them anyway real quick. Give me a second to find my images. They are right here. Let's go with this one. So they have a wonderful feature for getting rid of the most annoying thing in the world. Tourists. Look at these people ruining the shot of the Coliseum taken in the middle of the day in horrible light. All you have to do is do this. Let's get rid of assisted culling. Let's go to the develop module. Let's click on the eraser tool and you get all these new things: reflections, people, and dust. Let's go to people. And all you do is click on it. Click on the word people. It does its thing. It is now looking, and it marks everybody you see in red, them and their shadows or whatever, are all selected. If you agree with them, you're going to hit remove. If you do not agree, you could add, like it missed this donkey. No, it's not a donkey. What is that over there?
A horse.
It's a horse?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did miss that one, but that's okay. We're just going to hit remove for now. It really does quite a good job. Give it a second, 9 seconds. Look, there's people up in the Coliseum. Ka-chow!
And then
now
lone
there's
horse.
the lonely horse. And you could go get the remove tool and get rid of the lonely horse. Dude, that did a really good job.
Very good job, yeah.
And it does. Now, it is programmed to select the people in the background. So let's say that it was me and Erik in Rome and Erik standing there in front. Erik would still be there.
Yeah, so it doesn't select the main subject.
He would still be there because they've revoked his passport and he would have to live in Rome. Which is, if you have to live someplace,
not a bad thing.
It's not a bad place. No. Food in Rome is pretty good. Anyway, but that's pretty amazing if you ask me. That just right there is crazy.
Carla's asking if you've already edited the photo, so I think this is go back in the culling.
Yep.
Does it review the edits or the unedited?
It reviews the edits. It reviews what it sees right there.
Yeah.
So you can do it on, I've done it on my edited photos.
You can do both.
And it'll kind of go, this one's a little sus. I don't know why you're...
I don't even know why you edited that.
Yeah, like, you should probably hit delete on this one. All right.
1 star.
That's number 1. Number 2, and this is a better version. They've redone the algorithm. They learned a lot in the AI. This thing is just ridiculous. So let me go open the image. All right. Take a look at this image here. You can see the couple in the coffee shop, and you're shooting through the glass, which is, what is that? It's called an invasion of privacy. Anyway, here they are. There's no distractions found, but there is a thing called reflections. Click on reflections. Now, here's what's interesting. You click on people, and it just does it.
No, not here.
But you click on reflections, and like, no, you have to wait, and now click the apply button. So let's click the apply button and give it a sec or two. 7 seconds to be precise. But by the way, that timer's never right. Dude, look at that.
That's amazing.
Is that crazy?
That is really amazing.
That is absolutely crazy. You want to see something I think that's even more amazing? Now, if you think, well, I mean, they're obviously in the coffee shop.
Yeah, it's too much.
You could pull back a little bit of the reflection. right? A tiny bit. Now remember where it was. It was here.
But yeah, go to like there and just turn it off. Yeah, like there it seems like that's believable, right? So just like turn that off.
That's not the thing that blows my mind. All right, that's not the thing. Yeah, you can just
Yeah, like from where you were, that's amazing.
Right. But watch this. If you go all the way to the left, it shows you just the reflection. Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is mind-blowing stuff. Just absolutely mind-blowing stuff.
Where are we?
Kim asks,
does it work on eyeglasses?
I have not had great success with it on eyeglasses. For eyeglasses, we go to Photoshop, use generative fill. It works like a charm. But I have not. I've tried numerous glasses with reflections. I will say this. I'm not sure I've tried it with the latest iteration of this. It might do it.
Yeah, the new one's way better.
It's way better.
It could do it.
It could do it. From the ones that I tried.
That's insane.
Now, you have 3 choices for how quickly this happens. So preview is, I'm going to do it real quick and let you know whether it works or not. Why is this important? Because a lot of times it doesn't work. It really depends on the window. So do not start with best, right? So let's just reset this image. All right? Don't start with best. Here's why. Preview, we know, took 7 seconds. Standard takes 15 seconds. The quality that you want is best, 50 seconds. I don't want to wait 50 seconds and find out it doesn't work at all. Use preview first. It's like 7 seconds and you'll know whether it works or not. But I will tell you, it doesn't always work.
That's pretty cool.
I know, it is pretty cool. Really when it works, it's ridiculously cool. All right.
And right below it, you got another one that's
next.
New.
Another one that is new, and it's amazing. There's something that you're not expecting about this that's really cool. It's dust. It's dust removal. So if you have sensor dust and junk like I do on this photo here, which is embarrassing, but it is what it is, right? You go to dust, and when you hit apply, it's going to go through and look. Now, if you can't really see the spots, visualizes here.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
And by the way, you can run it with this turned on if you really want to see, because a lot of these are pretty obvious. But when you look at this, let's count them, Erik. How many spots do you see? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I see 14. All right. Look how many there actually are.
I know, there's way more than that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3 more. There's like 50 spots in here. So it is good to turn on visual and then hit apply. Give it a few seconds.
The magic.
And then the magic happens. Oh, yeah. Wow. Boom. So it left one crazy thing there, which is that's easy enough to fix. But let's turn off the visualized spots.
I think maybe it was like, that's too big to be a dust spot.
Sensor. That's embarrassing and everything bad. All right.
Who wouldn't clean that off? Yeah,
that's easy enough to clean. There's a million tools that'll do it. But anyway, dust. All right. Are you ready for the mind-blowing thing? Are you sitting down for this? Yeah. Because I'm just going to tell you a sentence that should blow your mind. Because this has never happened before. Because you could manually remove them, and you can copy and paste them. Can you copy and paste these?
I don't know. Can you?
Not only can you copy and paste them, you can save them in a preset. You can make a preset called "Just Get Rid of Dust and Scratches." Hold on, somebody's calling me, and if it's my friend Paul, I'm going to kill him. It's not, ladies and gentlemen, potential spam. Let's not.
Oh, we should answer.
Well, the reason I answer it is sometimes people will call me and go, "Hey, there's another feature." So I thought I better take it. Let's go back.
All right.
Now
so you can copy and paste the preset.
You can copy and paste the preset, but I haven't gotten to the mind-blowing part. Okay. So yes, you can copy and paste it. Yes, you can make it an adaptive preset where it will automatically go, okay, I see the spots in this particular image. Ready? It does both horizontal and vertical images. Right?
Nice.
Because think about it. If it's a wide image,
it's not going to change.
And you go to a tall image, it would go no. But these are adaptive, and it will go, oh, wait a minute, this is tall, so the spots are going to be in a different place.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's pretty neat.
Is it just me?
No, I like that.
Let's take a short break. It's break. God, see, break is.
I mean,
break time.
I mean, with that many sensor spots, we might want to clean your sensor.
We're back, my friends.
All right, what do we got? What's next?
It's a little thing, but I think that people might be very interested in it. You can now go into the crop tool, and you're like, I want to crop in kind of here, and here.
Oh, yes.
And maybe here.
But you're like, I don't know if that's like, maybe I want to look closer.
Yeah, you can actually, ready? Zoom with the crop tool active for the first time ever. So now you can zoom in while the crop tool is still active and reposition things and get it just like you want it zoomed in. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's nice. A little thing, but people have been asking for it for a long time, and now it is here. So let's reset this. Okay, that's one. Next, and this next one is, I'm just going to talk you through it, but they added tethering. Ready? So you know what tethering is, where you connect your camera to your laptop or to your desktop with a USB cable, just a simple USB cable, and when you take shots, your images come directly into Lightroom. The advantages are many, but one of them is instead of looking on a 3-inch screen that's literally this big, it's the smallest screen that any of us own is on the back of the camera. Now the photo comes in, it could be on a 16-inch screen. You can see sharpness and clarity and lighting and it's wonderful. I do it as often as I can do it, even on location. If I'm doing portraits on location, I take my laptop and a tripod and set it all up. I have a kit from tethertools.com that works just wonderfully well. In fact, Tether Tools has a Scott Kelby kit. It's the same stuff that I use. So anyway, long story short, they added recently Sony. Sony has never been able to tether. Never. You had to buy a third-party piece of software that worked between Lightroom, and it was a plug-in. It was clunky. Now it natively, Sony, ready? Fuji,
yeah.
Ready? Leica. So Nikon, Canon, Fuji, Leica. What's left? Come on, Eric.
Oh, I gotta look at what the other ones that they added support.
OM Systems is the only one left. OM Systems. And no, you can't. I don't know why, but OM Systems. But the adding of Fuji and Leica and Sony, it's huge.
Yeah, that is huge.
All right, all right. Rami says, Scott, let's talk about the amount of dust on your sensor. This is an old picture. That picture was old, but I have. But you know what?
It's funny he mentions that because one of the things that I love that Rami does anymore is because totally agree. When that small sensor you're looking at it, you can't really get a judge for it. He'll actually take a little portable monitor that's about 9 or 11 inches and plug that in out when he's doing landscapes, and it does change the game. Like where you can see so much more. So.
Yep, that's why he's Rami.
Yeah.
Susan wants to know, does tethering work on Lightroom on the iPad? No. You know what? People have been asking for that forever.
That's been a request forever, too.
All right, somebody's asking a question here.
Olympus.
Mike says Olympus. Olympus makes wonderful cameras. Olympus
you know what?
is OM Systems.
I actually have been really looking at the Olympus stuff. They've got some really cool stuff for Astro.
Oh yeah,
and it's just so small.
No,
and light.
I got nothing but love for them,
things.
Except for tethering. All right,
I'm definitely platform. I could just camera's a camera.
This next thing's cool. You're gonna like this. All right, I don't know if you know because it kind of snuck by a lot of people, but in the previous update, they added. You know how they have people masking, like you open up a picture of a person. Yeah, that's another one.
Is Pentax is another one that's out there.
No. Not for Pentax. That was the camera I started on, by the way.
It's a great
Pentax.
camera too.
Great camera. Unfortunately, no tethering. Okay, back to our story. What was my story?
What was your story?
Okay, so they snuck this thing in on the last version of Lightroom, and it kind of went unnoticed because you have people masking, right? So people masking, you open up a photograph, and it says, oh, I can mask the eyes, the eyebrows, the hair, the clothes, the skin, right. They added landscape masking. Now, this is in the previous version. It's been in Photoshop for Lightroom for at least 3 months, maybe more. But
I think it's a little bit more.
Yeah, it could be 6 months.
It's very good, though.
But it's very good. It does like water and mountains and trees and whatever.
It'll even do like architecture and like it'll pick different things.
It's right here. Look, if you go to the masking icon, stop it, go to the masking icon.
And that's kind of what I was saying.
And there it is. It's the
like,
first one, landscape.
Yeah.
And so give it a second. It will detect what it sees in landscape. Why is my palette floating? I know, because it's the new version. Let me get this floating palette out of my life.
Yeah, link it
Just
over there.
Just going to drag it over here. There we go. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
It sees skies.
Mountain.
It sees vegetation. But look, here's a new one.
Rami, here's a new one.
No, Rami, are you watching this? Snow.
No.
How about snow? Yeah, now you can create a mask of just the snow, and you can go in there and say, that snow looks a little blue to me. It's supposed to be white. Let's
warm it up.
Let's warm it up a little bit. Maybe somewhere, I don't know. I'm looking at 2 different monitors.
Wow. Look at how far you had to push it.
Yeah, I had to push it quite a ways.
Quite a ways.
All right, and you can see the difference here. Yeah, the snow was pretty blue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now it is white. Now I could have just lowered.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's nice. But
very nice.
Oh, but there's more. Ready?
Yes.
They also included 8 adaptive landscape presets. And here's the weird thing about them. They're actually really good.
And they're by season, right? Like
they are
seasonal.
well, they usually do that. But all right, let's take a picture. Look at this next picture. If it'll let me go to the next picture.
Cool.
Why won't it let me go to the next picture? Okay, let's go. Here we go. All right, we're going to look at this. Now, we're going to go to presets. You're looking for adaptive. So look for adaptive landscape right here. All right, adaptive landscape. You're going to pop it down, and there are 8 of them. Now, it gives you live on-screen previews, right? And by the way, throughout Lightroom, they have sped up and enhanced the performance on a lot of things, including this feature where you roll over. So watch the image. These are pretty good. Here's spring. Now it's give it a second because it's doing the because these are adaptive. It's trying to find the sky and all that stuff. Look at that.
That's cool.
That's a pretty good preset, right? Here's spring 2. Summer. Dude, these are pretty good, right? There's spring again. Summertime 1. Summertime 2. Autumn. Right? Look at these are good, right?
Yeah, they're good.
And winter. That's a hazy shade of winter.
A winter.
No? Nobody?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, those are really great. So thank you, Adobe, for 8 new adaptive presets and adding snow. All right. The next one is, let me see if I can go to the next image. There we go. This next one has a number of different uses. It's a small thing that they added to point color. So it's really good at balancing the color of skin. Like her skin is a little reddish here. So you could go to this, right down here to the point color. Actually, you're going to go to color mixing. You're going to click, stop it. You're going to click on point color, and then you're going to choose a where her skin tone looks the best. So it looks kind of red over here. So we'll say that this skin tone right here looks pretty good. All right, when you do that, there is a new slider called variance. Here's what it does. When you drag variance to the left, it moves the colors like closer to each other. So if you had a red in there and you clicked on the tan, it's going to kind of move everything towards tan. You won't see a big variance in the colors. It kind of smooths them. If you go to the right, which you wouldn't do on flesh tone normally, you would do on a picture of something that's colorful, then you want it to be more colorful. Like you want more distance between the colors. So if you had a purple and a blue, you want them to be really purple and really blue and further away from each other, not closer together, you would drag to the right. So let's watch when we drag over here to the variance to the left. And you can see, look how it smooths out her skin. You get rid of that red because it's moving the colors closer, I can see if you can see them side by side. Oh yeah, you can see it. Look at her skin on the left, how reddish it was.
Yeah.
Right?
So it shifted it, yeah.
So it moves them to the left and does a very, very nice job, I think, of it. So that is just, it's simple, but it's very, very good. And it's great for fixing skin tones, but it's also great for boosting something. So if you had a beautiful, like maybe a fall day, and you wanted the colors to be more punchy and without.
Yeah, I like that feature.
Oh yeah, no, it's quite good. It's quite good. All right, the last one I'm just going to tell you about. If you use Lightroom on your mobile device, they have a brand new feature under Quick Actions called Blemish Removal, and it does a pretty good job. It removes blemishes. Now, the quick actions are designed like, I don't know what I'm doing kind of thing. They're, you know what I mean? They're assisted kind of, remember how Photoshop Elements used to have a bunch of assisted things that kind of, that's what it's under. And that's why it's not in Lightroom Classic, because it's for pros. But on your phone, it's very handy to have, especially that's where a lot of people take portraits and stuff. Okay, that is Lightroom for the most part. Lots of great stuff. What do you guys think? This is a pretty good update.
Yeah, I like it.
Erik likes it.
Yeah, I mean it's a there's a lot of cool new features and stuff we've been asking for. And
yes, there is. How about Photoshop? So we've
got
already run way over.
There.
So if you want to stick with me, let's do a little Photoshop.
I think we should. I mean, Photoshop's got some really good updates. Again, like we talked about, some of it's stuff that we've seen in the beta.
Yep.
But now they're even better in the release version.
All right, so here's what the crazy, big, amazing thing is. So Adobe has been doing generative fill using their own technology, which is called Firefly. They've had Firefly version 1, which was, they have Firefly version 3, which is pretty decent, but it still has some issues. But there are other companies that are doing this. It's not just Adobe. There's a lot of companies that are doing generative stuff. And one of the leaders in it, and the one that has all the buzz right now, is Google. Oh, in fact, Google are going to be our guest next week to show this technology, and it's codenamed, or kind of commonly called, Nano Banana, but it's really called Gemini 2.5, which is a much boring. I like Nano Banana. Yeah. Great name, and Google will be here as our guests on the grid, blowing minds next week. So tell your friends and mark that on your calendar. Now, here's what's crazy about what Adobe did. Adobe partnered with other third-party companies who are doing generative image stuff. The stuff that Google is doing in Gemini 2.5 is insane. Take a look at the image on screen. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. So I'm going to select all.
We need to fix that.
We're going to go to generative fill, but when we go to generative fill, you can choose, by default it's going to say Firefly 3, which was released last October. All right, you're going to say, nope, I want to use Nano Banana, Gemini 2.5, right? And then I'm going to type in here, just very simple, you just type in here what you want it to do. Restore, photo, and colorize. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
We're going to hit generate. Give it a minute.
And then imagine having to do all this in Photoshop years ago.
Yeah, this would be bad. It would be very hard and bad. And this takes like 12 seconds. Now, I don't like that result very much.
Now, Nano Banana only gives you one result.
Right. You only get one result. You don't get three. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But I've tried this before on this photo and gotten an amazing result. There's something funky.
Generate again.
Right here. I guess we could regenerate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sometimes that's the thing with AI. Sometimes it hits where you're
but
like,
still, look at what it did. It put her eye in. It fixed the chair. It fixed all the rips. It fixed the color. I mean, it colorized it, and the color looks very realistic, except for on her face. All right, here's a completely different version. Right now, she just has rosier cheeks.
Yeah.
But compared to where we started, That's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's try another one. Let me grab another one here. Let's go grab. Let's go for there. Let's go for. Look at this one.
Oh, that one's like, yeah.
All right, this
That's hard.
This one's bad. Where's my? And I can't see my cursor. There we go. This one's really bad. All right. Okay, we're going to select it all. Select all is step 1. Step 2, we're going to say restore and colorize. And again, I'm using Google's Nano Banana inside of Photoshop to do this. Now, we'll talk about the next thing.
So the one thing that people are asking is how many generative credits does Nano Banana charge you?
Oh, it still left it torn.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good, though. Look how good it is.
Yeah. Could you say restore and colorize and
fix tear? Sure.
Fix tear, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe try that.
And fix tear. But look at what it did.
Like, that's crazy.
And look at it. It's just ridiculous. I mean, that photo was trash. That photo was dead. It was dead.
Yeah.
Wow, it went the other way.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we might have to work on semantics here.
Okay. So let's talk about real quickly, why are there 4 choices? Firefly 3 is very, very good, but every once in a while that doesn't work great, so we try Firefly 1. Then Flux is great for text. Terry White did a demo
it's not good
where
for pictures.
He had a sign that said open, and he selected the text. It was neon on a brick wall, and he typed in, change the type to closed. It was absolutely perfect. It was perfect. So its strength for that Flux Context Pro, its strength is things like type. Google's is things like restoration and adding things and changing things.
Images.
I'm going to show you that. But before we go on, this is another thing that might have slid by. A few months ago, it used to be generative was free. Every time you used it, it was free. Then at some point, Adobe said, look, we're going to give you, with your plan, a certain number of credits per month. They don't roll over, they expire every month. But depending on what plan that you have with Adobe, your whatever, and how long you've been in the plan, you might get 200 a month, you might get 500 a month, you might get an unlimited amount a month. It depends on your plan. However, this is what's interesting. When you use Adobe's Firefly, it only uses 1 credit, right?
Yeah.
But when you use a third party, it could be 5 credits, it could be 10 credits. I think the Google Nano Banana is 10 credits.
Yeah.
So if you have the unlimited plan or one that has 2,000 credits, it's no problem. If you have 200 credits, you're like,
Yeah, you can rack them up real quick.
I would have to really be serious about it when I hit that button. But again, you get it refreshes every month, so you get those. All right. Let me think. Oh, I want to show you something else, because this is pretty mind-blowing stuff. And this is all in Photoshop, what I'm going to show you here. Let me go back to Lightroom, and we already looked at those. Hold on one second. Give me a sec. Well, I'm going to just show you this picture. Let me open it real quick, and we'll take a look. All right. So this is a woman sitting on a couch reading a book. Using Google's, I want to show you the amazing power of this. Now, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what the prompt that I wrote is. Change the perspective to a high top-down 45-degree angle and have her look up towards the camera. So I'm going to change the view of this still photo as if I mounted a camera up there and she's looking at it. I'm not going to make you wait for it. Here's what it looks like. Watch.
Crazy.
Dude, that's nuts.
Crazy.
That is absolutely nuts. Look how it changed the angle. You were shooting right straight into her face, and now you're shooting from up there, and her head is moved. Look, she's looking at the book. Now she's looking at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, and look, it built the rest of the couch and everything. This is mine. Let's do one live. All right, let's go here and let's just go into, we'll select all, generative fill, and we'll say, turn the subject's head toward camera. That's it. That's a simple one. Hit generate. This Nano Banana is crazy. It's crazy. Let's watch what happens. Takes a few seconds. Look at now. I'm not crazy about that's not bad, but her eye over here looks just a tad off. Look at that though.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It
good,
even
though.
expanded part of the kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so how would you normally get her to change that? Call her up and say, "Can you come back to that house where we did the shoot?" Sharon's asking a question.
Yeah, Sharon says Adobe refreshes the credits every month. Does it carry over on unused credits?
Sadly, Sharon,
No.
it does not. So you start
Use
with,
it or
start
lose
over.
it.
Use it or lose it, exactly. But this is just, I think this is just unbelievable. And you can have her holding something else, you know. Let's say, let's just say, change the book to a laptop she's holding. And let's see what that does. I have no idea how this is going to work, but we'll give it a try. I didn't know how looking straight at the camera was going to look. But do you notice it keeps the lighting and everything, like the lighting's coming from the windows on the right, and it kept the lighting and all? Now, her hands are probably going to have to change. Oh my gosh. Look at that.
It's crazy.
Just unbelievable. I mean, you could just go all day long on this and say, you know, change her shirt to be a
even put a
winter jacket.
sticker over the laptop.
Yeah, put a sticker over the Apple logo.
Well, because it could be Apple, it could be Mac, it could be, you know.
No, look at it. It's a Mac
Dell.
keyboard.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's pretty cool. But anyway, long story short,
that's pretty cool.
does that give you an idea of the power of this? But of course, power comes with a price. All right.
Yep.
Let me take a look at what else we got to cover here. Oh, are you ready? You're not ready for what I'm about to show you.
I might be.
I don't know.
Let's see.
You ready? Watch this. I'm going to go grab an image of this car. And
Okay.
All right. The problem with the car is it's out of focus.
Yes, it is.
Ready? Now, we're not going to use, you're thinking I'm going to use generative fill or something. I'm
No.
not. You ready? Watch this. Prepare for your mind to be blown. Topaz Sharpen is built in.
Yeah,
Come
I saw
on,
that.
guys. Topaz Sharpen. You have heard us talking about why you should buy
Yeah.
it. And now it is built in. Just go to AI Sharpen. And it says recover detail and sharpness while reducing shake. And it is a partner model, but you go here and click Sharpen. And just wait for it, wait for it. Like that license plate, it's like out of focus. As I took this down in Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. It may not be the fastest filter you've ever used.
It might not be the fastest, but it's good.
Give it a sec. Did you see that? Look at this. Before
Yeah.
and after.
There you go.
That's not just sharpening. That's amazing AI crazy sharpening. Look at, you can see detail now in like the radiator, and I mean that's just bomb. Look at the what do you call this thing? The I don't know, the brand emblem. Look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually you can actually see it now.
Yeah, you can actually tell what it is. Just unbelievable. That is now built in. Yeah, it takes a minute, but it's certainly absolutely worth it. You also have in here AI denoise, right? So you had it in Camera Raw, but it's also available here. It's AI, basically noise reduction. Now, these don't offer you a lot of controls. Like if you got Topaz, you went and bought Topaz, you get the whole interface and you can tweak it and stuff. This just analyzes the photo and makes the changes.
It's like
goodness gracious.
autopilot denoise.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Randy wants to know how many credits you have. Here's the interesting thing, Randy. Nobody knows. No, that actually tells you if you go to your account, what you have to do is in Photoshop, which is where you're going to use credits. The stuff in Lightroom doesn't use credits, but in Photoshop it does, and certain things do and certain things don't. You have to go to the home screen. Now, I keep my home screen hidden. I hate that thing. But if you go to the home screen, let me see if I can get you there. Oh, it's this little home button. Then you go up to your, I believe it's up to your account. And it will tell you, I have 3,850. I've used 150 credits of my 4,000, and it resets on November 25th. But you can always buy more credits. And that's why there are credits to begin with.
There you go.
All right, that's a good question. Here's generative upscale right here. Again, it's using the gigapixel model from Topaz. You can choose 2x or 4x.
Well, you got the models
right
up there.
Oh, you have the models. You can choose Firefly or you can use gigapixel.
There's
all right,
in there that's saying,
for photographers.
See, it
don't use Topaz Bloom. So Topaz Bloom is kind of like a creative upscaling that's supposed to be creative rather than accurate. So
I think it works better on illustrations.
Yeah, go to
paintings,
photographers. This is your sweet spot right here. All right, now there says models created by others. Let's go see if it says it's going to cost us anything. All right, let's go to.
Well, even there, it's not telling you.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you.
That's other stuff that's using.
I'm going to think that it does not. But I don't know. What's the little info box do? Nothing. Oh, that's just showing you, hey, there's info there. All right. Anyway, long story short.
And that's actually saying that the output would be too large on Firefly.
Yeah,
so you'd have to change the model.
All right. Now, while we're here, they did a really cool thing. This next it's a little thing, but I'm telling you, it's a big thing. The remove tool. They now automatically, if you say, I want to remove this guy, it automatically selects for you the shadow and the reflection.
Yeah, it just grabs everything that it
grabs
knows,
everything.
So you can't mess up.
Right, so you can just go get the remove tool.
It's analyzing the subject and saying, oh, that's a shadow from the subject. I'm going to grab that too.
And, well, it just took him out. Oh, it's the one in, I'm sorry, it's the one in Camera Raw.
Yeah.
So let's go there instead. Sorry. False alarm. Let's go here to the erase tool. Let's go to, that's not the eraser tool, that's it. Make sure that use generative eye is turned on, and this is key.
That's it, right
Detect objects. It's in Lightroom, it's in Photoshop, it works in Lightroom as well, under the eraser tool, but you gotta turn on detect objects. And then you just kind of paint close to what you want. It'll fill in all the rest, but watch what happens when I let go. Give it a sec. See how it went and selected his shadow and the reflection. So when you hit remove, it's really gone. So let's hit remove. And see this there, that didn't cost you anything. Wow, that's gone. All right. We just have a couple more. The next one is a very, very interesting one. It was in the beta, so I'm not probably going to be showing you something for some of you will already know about this. Wrong place. Let me grab this person and let me grab these two.
Okay. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking.
All right. So let's see what we have. I want to composite her onto this image. And that doesn't need not to be 16-bit. Sorry, let me get it back to 8. Okay. So you have this downtown picture. You have her. this is a very warm picture with the sun and everything, and it's backlit. She, unfortunately, is the exact opposite of this. Let me get her back to 8-bit. She's blue. Like, this is very, very blue.
Yeah, totally. So it would not work if you just copy and paste.
So we're going to select her. We'll do select subject. Select subject. Copy and paste her into the other image, and it's going to look like crud. As you can see, crud. It doesn't look like she's there. It looks like she's pasted in there. You know why? Because she is, and it looks like crud. She's blue. It's just everything bad. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go down here to harmonize. Harmonize is going to analyze the photo and go, wait a minute, she's too blue? She needs to be lit from the back. She needs to be warmer. She's too bright for the scene. It's going to do all those things because she's backlit. Give Harmonize a minute, and it's going to try to make her look like she's there, including the light angles and everything. So it does a very good job with lighting and with tone and just making it look more like she's really a part of the scene. Takes a few seconds, but it doesn't cost you any credits. Look at that.
Yeah.
Did you notice it lit her hair? Look at her hair.
Yeah, put a highlight there for
it. Put a highlight
light
there to match the light. It matched the tone of the overall image.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did a really great job of blending her into the photo, matching the stuff. I will say in my experience, it generally makes your subject about a half a stop too dark. That's the way I feel. That I would open her up by a half a stop.
It's so easily remedied.
By a half a stop, but that is really...
I mean, for what it's doing, because this one I'm excited about, because this changes it to where now I think a lot of people are going to be able to get into compositing.
That weren't. Look at the difference.
Yeah, that's what I love about these technologies.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Look at that. That's so...
And guys, nothing we couldn't do before we had this feature. It's so much easier having that feature.
All right, one last one in Photoshop. You guys have been so patient to stick with us throughout all of this. There's one last one, and it's something that I cannot believe it is taken us this long to get this next feature. Ready? Look under here. We have a new adjustment layer, and it's called... What's it called? I don't see it. Come on. Where is color and vibrance? Oh, there it is. That's why I missed it. Color and vibrance. Do you know what this adds? Look, Lightroom's temperature, tint, vibrance, and saturation sliders. About time. Good to that taking some time. You don't have to open up Camera Raw. You don't have to go back to Lightroom or any of that stuff.
That's nice.
All right, Steve's asking the best question of the day.
Yeah, lots to learn. It's all is all this in Scott's new Lightroom Classic book?
Well, yes, it is. Now,
and what's the publication date?
Okay, I think it's going to be out in a little more than 6 weeks. So they say it'll be out before Christmas. All right, now I do have to say this. It's a Lightroom book. I do have a chapter on jumping over to Photoshop where I use some Photoshop stuff, including some of the things you saw today. But it is a Lightroom book. It's called the Lightroom Book for Digital Photographers. So you won't have all of this Photoshop stuff, but all of the Lightroom stuff, culling.
Got you covered.
Oh, you know what I didn't show? I'm just going to show it for 10 seconds. I didn't show that if you go to the import dialog, that culling is also here. It's right at the very top. It's called Assisted Culling. And so if you want to import something, it's right there.
Basically the same way you were working with it. Yeah. The same way you're working with it before.
Yeah, let me go show you. Let me just grab something to import. Let me go. Oh, I have a hard drive attached. Let's go there. And let's go down here and grab right here. All right, and then let's go to culling. And then, oh, look, it's the same stuff. Subject focus, eyes open, all that stuff. Hey, let's do misfires. It found 3.
It's analyzing them still.
Look, that's a misfire. And these, I think she's so vastly out of focus.
Yeah, that's a misfire.
Is that a misfire?
That's a misfire.
How about that?
That's a misfire.
Is that a misfire, though?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it? Are you sure?
I don't know. You could have been wanting to take a picture.
I might have wanted that. All right, let's do this real quick. Subject focus. Let's put it up to 90. I think I'm not going to get a lot of things I like here. 69 rejects. Eye focus. Still 69. Let's raise it and I say they got to be sharp. 73. Eyes open. 75. Wow. Include misfires and exposure issues. I don't think it's really an exposure issues. 75. So there's 75 images that are trash. Guys, we've completely run out of time. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next week with Google. Nano Banana. Have a great week.